pots that these make are some of my best sellers. They're a brilliant size planter pot and they sell really well, especially if you're selling them already planted up. But I want some for some bonsai trees. Now for bonsai trees, you need a good drainage hole in the bottom of them. So what I'm going to do is put a drainage hole in them while I'm casting them, which should be fairly simple to do. So I've got a couple of plastic shot glasses here, and the first thing that I'm going to do is fill these up with resin so they've got a little bit of weight to them. I've got my resin mixed up now, so all I need to do is pour it into these. I've added a colour to it so that I can easily spot these in the future and they don't get mixed up with my other plastic shot glasses. That way I know they're there and I just have to pick them up. And this should give it enough weight to be able to hold it down. I'll also show you what I'm going to do to ensure that this is easily released from the cured pots when they're done. So now all I have to do is let that cure up, and then I'm ready to use that. So these are all cured now, and they should be heavy enough to allow me to have a little hole in the bottom of each of these molds. And I did say I was going to do something a little bit different with these, and I am. What I've got is sawdust. This is what you get for your pets. It is so cheap to buy, and it will go a long way. But I've also got some paper bedding as well, which I really like. And this is what I'm going to make these molds out of. Now I'm ready to pour these and get these ready. But don't forget, where all Let's Resin molds have the amount of resin that you need on them to fill it. And actually, this mold doesn't take an awful lot. Now if you can't see it, I always go round with a wipe or something like that, and then I can feel it on there, and it clearly says there 11 fluid ounces. So I'm going to mix up my resin and then I'll show you what I'm going to do for my wood and my paper. So the first one I'm going to do is with the sawdust. Now, whenever you're using any wood in resin, you've got to remember wood is porous, so it is going to release bubbles. There is no doubt about it. But I don't think I'm going to mind too much about that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this pot up here, which comes in my kit as well. And if you want to know what else comes in my kit, then have a look in the description below where you'll be able to see the link to it. Now I'm going to fill this up to 11 fluid ounces to start with, because I know that that's how much that mold takes. And it's surprising how little it does take to make these molds. Now I'm going to pour some resin on there. Not too much to start with, and give that a mix in, because I want to make sure it's fully coated, that wood. And it makes it much easier to be able to make sure that you've got it all fully coated if you pour a little bit in at a time. Now, I'm not going to colour this one at all. I'm not sure if I've already said that or not. I can't remember. Losing it now that he is. So what I'm going to do is leave this its natural colour. Sawdust is lovely and easy to work with, but I do want to make sure that that is very well coated all the way through. And I do feel that that is nicely coated now. And what I'm going to do is start putting this into this mold. And because this is such quite, now I've made it really thick, obviously with this wood pulp or this sawdust, I'm going to have to push that down right the way to the bottom. Work my way round like that, all the way down. I want to avoid having too many gaps, so if I need to, I can use my finger and finger it in there and then push the sides back up against the wood pulp. You can actually feel so much more when you're fingering it rather than you can when you're using the other tool. And I'm going to compress it down as well and going all the way around. Okay, now I can mix a bit more up because I need a bit more. And I'll mix this up in exactly the same way. So now I've got that mixed up, what I can do is finish off putting that all around, making sure it's all well connected to what I've already put in there. You can actually see if you've got any gaps, which is handy. I mean, that's not to say I'm not going to have any, but now I want to put this in. But I'm going to give this a quick spray with some mold release first, just to give it that extra bit of oomph to be able to get released. And then clean me mold up there, where I'm going to put it, which is right there. And then I can finish off putting my sawdust mixture around. There we are. Now, I want that to be as level as possible when that cures, and that's not going to be level at the moment by the looks of that. So all I'm going to do is take my spatula here and try and smooth that off completely. I mean, there's going to be a bit of clearing up from this, isn't there? There's no doubt about it. So now I've got that as level as I can get it, what I'm going to do now is saturate it with a little bit of freshly mixed up resin. And that way it should give me a real smooth finish. That should soak into there while it's curing and give me a great finish to this. Now we'll go over and pop any bubbles that do come up with a long neck layer. I'm not going to use a torch on this, firstly because there's wood in it, secondly because it's a silicone mold and we don't want to be using touches on silicone molds. Right, we'll let that flood down for a little bit and then I'll go back again and I will actually pour a little bit more in. Get rid of some of this over pour though. And while that's doing that, I will have a little bit of a tidy up, ready to show you what I'm going to do with the next one, because I'm going to use a different technique for the next one. So with this one, what I'm going to do is something slightly different, and I'm going to be using a translucent pigment in this as well, and that's the Let's Resin. I only now recommend the Let's Resin opaque and translucent pigments because I've used so many over the years, and without a doubt, these are the best ones. And I've had these for such a long time. They last, for ages. Give them a good shake before you use them, and then you'll get a real true colour to it. And now I'm going to quickly mix up my resin and show you what I'm going to do for this one. Well, now I've got my resin mixed up, what I'm going to do is put my colour in. And I'm putting it into my resin first because I want to make sure that I've got a consistent colour. This is going to help colour the paper as well. I'm going to give it a good mix in because I want to make sure that I've got no streaks or any marbling effect with it. And it's always going to look slightly darker as well when you've got more of it in the pot, as opposed to like when you've got it on your stick or it's thinner in the molds. So I'm going to add a little bit more colour to that first before I do anything else. Yep, and that should do me now. And now, slightly different with the paper, because this is going to be more absorbent than the actual wood chips. I'm going to put a bit in like that and then mix my paper around. And I want this to be very well coated. That should absorb really well into that paper. If you can't get a hold of the pet bedding, then some scrap paper that you shredded, I would imagine, would work just as well. So what I'm going to do is keep mixing this up until I've finished and I've got all the resin, apart from probably just a little bit on the bottom to put down like I did in the previous one on the top of this bit, which will be the base. So now I've got that all mixed in there and it's soaking in really well. I'm going to do the same again. Finger that down into that rim all the way around. Press that down until I get to the base. But as you can see, this has coloured it really nicely. But obviously the proof will be in the finished article, what it looks like. I mean, if you're coming into this video now, you must be thinking to yourself, why is he adding sawdust and shredded paper to his resin? What is he hoping to achieve? Well, these are both cured now and they're ready to be demolded. And it should be fairly easy to be able to take these plastic bits out. Look how easy they've come out. There was a slight bit that went under the rim there, but not much. So now we've got those out, I can put them somewhere safe and use them again. Let's have a look at this one first. Quite interested to see how this one's come out, because this is the one we did with colour. Oh, I think that's come out really, really pretty. And all around the sides. Now, it's a little bit rough on the bottom, but I'm not too worried about that, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that in a second. But that has come out awesome. That's come out so pretty, that bowl. So the wood chip one, I think that's come out really well as well. See, it's kind of wood chip has got its own, or these bark bits have got their own kind of colouring to them, especially once they've got the glossy resin on them, and that really does give it its own look. So I don't think you needed to add any colour to those. But the bottoms are rough, obviously, because the items are rough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my sander. So I've got my sander now like this. And what I'm going to do is quickly give these bottoms a quick sand just to take off any rough bits. But when you're sanding any resin or anything like this, please wear a dust mask. Safety's so important. Or do it outside. And that way you haven't got to worry about breathing in the fumes inside your room. Well, they're finished being sanded now, and oh, they're lovely and smooth. So there's no sharp bits on them at all, and it didn't take many seconds to do that. And now they sit as well really well and flat. I am absolutely in love with these. What do you think? And because I've now got that hole in there, when I plant these up with a bonsai tree, put a little bit of mesh over that, fill it up with the correct soil and put a bonsai in there. And I think it's going to show it off really well. The edges are lovely and smooth. Oh, I'm so pleased with these. And I'm sure if I advertise these on any of the bonsai sites that they'd probably be very, very popular. Because they're not transparent at all. So they're not exposing the roots to a lot of light. I really love them. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button. I will link everything in the description below, especially these bowl molds, because honestly, when they're filled up, if you check out the video that I made before on these with the planters, they sell so well. But most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Thank you, Let's Resin. Bye.